but the fame ain't changed. Trying to maintain.
At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Acrisure Stadium. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And off to Benson to start the drive. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Gun. Stop. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
This reeled in by Benson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
11 Mighty. 11 Mighty. 11. Stop.
They'll run. It's Benson. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is an old-school battle you simply love to see. An offense that close to a 1st down, a defense that knows there's a run headed its way. It's a battle of wills. It's the offense that gets it done this time.
Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Motioning the tight end now. On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. He lobs it deep middle. He's got it inside the 10. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He beams one deep right side. His first throw is an interception. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off.
On 1, ready?
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Here we go. 11 MT. 11 MT, Kate. 11, God.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Dumps it off to his running back. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
He's still going at the 30. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Turning to Benson on 3rd. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Trey Benson, the touchdown. McPherson to add the point after. And the kick is good. And the Bengals drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go, son.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Logan Wilson has it. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Here we go, here we go.
Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
11.
Burrow from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 20-zip lead. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals push their lead to 21-zip already. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Go.
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Here we go. Good. Lunch right. Hey, can't. Hey, 551. 5. Right.
From the 34. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Right.
They give to Harris from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 13. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile.
Here we go, son. Right.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Getting out to his left. Throw complete to Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. 21-0 our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. It's Steelers ball as we return for the second, and they have to be thinking points here. Motioning Williams left. Fields on first down. He's on the move. Now here he goes. He's contained at the line for no gain. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Matter. Here we go. Right.
Fields throwing here. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers get it back to a 14-point game. Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go.
It's Benson on the give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
11 MT paint. Here we go.
Chase coming in motion right. He's found some space as he crosses the 45. And finally down right along that opposing 40. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Benson on 1st and 10. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 8. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th and 3, drive on the line.
Here we go, here we go.
Trying for it with Burrow. They connect for the first. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals make it a 3-possession game. T. Higgins, the touchdown. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals stretch their lead to 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Cordero Patterson now to return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set high.
They'll start with a give to Harris. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Chased out to his right. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Miles Murphy.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Extend. Go.
Fields on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. He connects downfield on 4. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. George Pickens the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers get it back to a 14-point game. Now Boswell on to send this away. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go. 12.
They give up the gut to Benson. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. And it's the Bengals looking at 2nd and 1.
On 2. 11, Thomas. 12, 12, 12.
Staying on the ground with Benson. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
11, mighty. Dot.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He sends this one to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the Steelers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Here we go.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go, son. You got a mini base tonight.
Fields out of the gun. He connects with his back deep down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fields looking to throw. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Good. Right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. He's going to push one deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. Has room down the left sideline. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Patterson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here.
Here we go, son.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Here we go, son.
Looking to throw. He's going deep. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, son. Right.
Running behind center with Harris. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Tackle made by Miles Murphy. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw Fields. Finds a man right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Alpha, 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 alpha. Hey, Ken. No mas. Sit high.
Now Fields. And they pick him off again. Hits the 20. Gets the 10. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. That pick six ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him, Brock. This deficit might be just too much to come back from.
Yeah, if there was any hope left, they sure could have used some points. And they're going to have to get points now in a hurry. And that's for an offense who just threw the interception. Heading right back out there, you better flush it fast.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals continue piling on to this lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Don't jump.
Here's Fields to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Javon Holland there to make the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 36. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Here we go. Right.
Fields now on third. It's taken in by Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's good for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Another throw for Fields. And a man is there to knock that away.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Steelers first down.
Here we go, Scott. Hey, Ken. Scott.
From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And he's just going to take the sack here as he heads out of bounds. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Hey, never mind, Monday. Easy. Good night.
Trying again, following the sack. And they pick him off again. Logan Wilson has it. And the Bengals are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Burrow from the gun. Trying for the deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They get 35 out of that one. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I'm one, right? Here we go. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He's loaded another one up. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Here we go. 11 MT. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow completes this one to Chase. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Shakes himself free. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. from the 24. Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Bengals football, and they've got to be pretty darn happy about this lead to start the 4th. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Gun. Dot.
Working inside the red zone. Buys time, rolling right. Completed to his running back. And this one doesn't go far.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Dot.
Burrow back to throw. He's on the move. Oh, shouldn't let that one go. It's intercepted. Picked up by Peyton Wilson. And the Steelers have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
They get 27 on the play, and it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down throw for Fields. Throw left side, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
Here we go, Scott. Sit high.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
EQ. Here we go.
Another try following the sack. Oh no, they get him yet again. Javon Holland comes up with it. And the Bengals take over as he records his 10th career INT.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Dot.
Benson now from the gun. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers side of the field. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it's second down coming up.
Here we go.
Now an inside give to Benson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
3rd and long for him here. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
12.
Trying for it with Burrow. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That play is so impressive on so many levels, not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
He's got Harris. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Pass taken in by Freiermuth. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers trying to do some window dressing.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. That heater's going to fall to the turf.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth.
Here we go.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. That's caught beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Justin. Out, let's go.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Fields on first down. Chased out to his right. Pass caught, 9-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
That's another Pittsburgh Steeler.
Here we go.
First and goal at the
West side,
7-yard line.
Alpha. Angel. Tonight.
Fields throwing here. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers putting up points in a game decided. Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
On one, ready?
They're out and set. First and 10.
Let's get set. Done.
And off to Benson to start the drive. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Big shot to begin the drive. Has him up beyond the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And he drives it up past the 45. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up second and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Option play they give to Benson. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
On one, ready? 11. Here we go.
Benson once more. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
The give now to Benson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.